Gentlemen, I would like to introduce you. This is our keynote speaker for the second session, Dr. Rani Wilmot. And don't surprise, if you look her so many times, it looks like Rani Mukherjee, one of the biggest actors in Hindustan. But if you look carefully with your sincere mind, heart and soul, with your sincere lung, throat, you look her really, she's the Rani Wilmot. The only wife for Mr. Wilmot. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to just simple about it for 1 minute. Who is Madam Dr. Rani? Rani Wilmot started LTT Global in mobile learning from her dining room table with a vision to make learning accessible and affordable for all. I baca semua ni because when she explained all is in this synopsis, so no need for me to read. Ladies and gentlemen, before dealing further anymore, I would like, with my sincere, kind heart, with my lovely emotion, I would like to call upon you without delaying any time, our precious time. Please, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Dr. Rani Wilmot. Please, come.
Wow, such a lovely introduction, and I hope I don't let you all down. Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. I'm Rani Wilmot. I have my husband here, who is also my boss, Mr. Wemmel, and we both started LTT Global with a vision to actually make learning accessible and affordable. Okay, and my topic today is creativity as a catalyst for sustainable learning. It's actually such a heavy topic, but I hope that it will be easy and exciting and fun for all of you. So LTT Global, we started in 2004, and we are among the global pioneers for mobile learning. And our vision is actually to reach out to everybody, because there's like 7 billion people now and they all have phones. So you don't have to buy them hardware, they already have it. All you have to do is find ways to put learning on the device. Do you agree? Yes. So what we do is actually promote learning anywhere, anytime, and to empower and impact people's lives. As you can see here, this year has been really good for us. We have been doing this for the last 16 years. The 12 years is official at Sanjan Berhad. Before that, we were just an enterprise. But out of all these years, this year we won 5 awards. First 4 was in the beginning of the year. And just last week, we got an award from Enterprise Innovation for Questex Asia in Singapore. So it ended beautifully as well as how it started. So like I was telling you, our goal is to make learning and training accessible and affordable, and to power human capital development. We started in 2004 when you had the black and white Nokia. Do you remember? Yes. And we used to send SMS, teaching English via SMS. And it was very cheap at that time. It was only 10 ringgit. But people were not willing to buy. They would pay 10 ringgit for wallpaper or games or ringtone, but they won't pay for learning. And when you give a name card, they'll ask, can learn ah? You're already only starting, and when people say these things, it's very disheartening, right? You can feel my pain, yeah. But we continued because there was a vision that we had to achieve. But today, we have the infrastructure, we have good telephone and smartphones, and even people, when you give card, now they ask, what can I learn? Isn't that good? Yes. So my topic today is catalyst and creativity and sustainable learning. So what is sustainable learning? You hear the word sustainability everywhere, right? Anybody wants to tell me what is sustainability? Come, please. What do you think is sustainability? Well, I found this meaning on Google, and it said that it's a process for meeting human development goals while sustaining the ability for the natural system of the earth to keep on giving what we need. Quite a heavy definition, right? Okay. Why not we watch this video first and then I'll continue. Are you all ready?
That's when I say, sorry. Sorry we left you with our mess of a planet. Sorry that we were too caught up in our own doings to do something. Sorry we listened to people who made excuses to do nothing. I hope you forgive us. We just didn't realize how special the earth was. Like a marriage gone wrong. We didn't know what we had until it was gone. For example, I'm guessing you probably know it as the Amazon desert, right? Well, believe it or not, it was once called the Amazon rainforest, and there were billions of trees there, all of them gorgeous, and... Oh, you don't know much about trees, do you? Well, let me tell you, trees are amazing. I mean, we literally breathe the air they are creating. They clean up our pollution, our carbon. They store and purify water, give us medicine that cures our diseases, food that feeds us, which is why I'm so sorry to tell you that we burn them down. Cut them down with brutal machines, horrific, at a rate of 40 football fields every minute. That's 50% of all the trees in the world gone in the last 100 years. Why? For this. And that wouldn't make me so sad if it weren't so many pictures of leaves on it. You know, when I was a child, I read how the Native Americans had such consideration for the planet that they felt responsible for how they left the land for the next 7 generations. Which brings me great sorrow, because most of us today don't even care about tomorrow. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry that we put profit above people, greed above need, the rule of gold above the golden rule. I'm sorry we use nature as a credit card with no spending limit, overdrafting animals to extinction, stealing your chance to ever see their uniqueness or become friends with them. Sorry we poison the ocean so much that you can't even swim in them. But most of all, I'm sorry about our mindset, because we had the nerve to call this destruction progress. Hey, Fox News, if you don't think climate change is a threat, I dare you to interview the thousands of homeless people in Bangladesh. See, while you were in your penthouse nestled, their homes were literally washed away beneath their feet due to rising sea levels. And Sarah Palin, you said that you love the smell of fossil fuels. Well, I urge you to talk to the kids of Beijing who were forced to wear pollution masks just to go to school. See, you can ignore this, but the thing about truth is, it can be denied, not avoided. So I'm sorry, future generations. I'm sorry that our footprint became a sinkhole and not a garden. I'm sorry that we paid so much attention to ISIS and very little to how fast the ice is melting in the Arctic. I'm sorry we doomed you, and I'm sorry we couldn't find another planet in time to move to. You know what? Cut the beat. I'm not sorry. This future, I do not accept it. Because an error does not become a mistake until you refuse to correct it. We can redirect this. How? Let me suggest that if a farmer sees a tree that is unhealthy, they don't look at the branches to diagnose it, they look at the root. So like that farmer, we must look at the root, and not to the branches of government, not to the politicians run by corporations. We are the root, we are the foundation, this generation. It is up to us to take care of this planet. It is our only home. We must globally warm our hearts and change the climate of our souls and realize that we are not apart from nature, we are a part of nature. And to betray nature is to betray us. To save nature is to save us. Because whatever you're fighting for, racism or poverty, feminism, gay rights, or any type of equality, it won't matter in the least. Because if we don't all work together to save the environment, we will be equally extinct. So,
serious problem, right?
Yes.
And we all have to work together. It is not too late. Because education for sustainability is needed, and it's not because we do not know. There's lots of things going on about creating awareness and everything, right? But we are not clear that it is a very important thing. We see go green, right? We see everywhere go green and this and that. But in the education system itself, it must start in schools, not as a separate subject, but in every subject that we do, it should be linked, it should be embedded inside, whether it's maths or science or arts. Sustainability must be there from the child. Then only it will happen. But it starts from us. We have to educate them, and then they will take care of the generations to come. So I've got another video for you. This is all about sustainability before we go on to creativity.
We waste money. We waste energy. We waste water. We waste effort. And we waste love. If we don't stop, there will be nothing left to waste.
Unsustainable direction we're headed in is not the work of ignorant people. It's the work of extremely well-educated people, many with advanced degrees. So if it's not a lack of education, we believe it's a challenge for education itself. We believe education for sustainability is that different way of thinking that can help us turn the ship around.
There are certain mental models driving people's behavior that actually crash the system and prevent people from being able to see the feedback that's right in front of them. We explore that so that people can connect their thinking to their behavior and their behavior to the results, which is another big thing that's kind of a shock for people because they're not connecting those dots. They don't see that their thinking is driving a certain kind of behavior and that actually has something to do with the unsustainable situation we're in. They think it's somebody else doing it. And so as soon as people can begin to understand that they're connected to everything that's going on, then they can take responsibility for their role in the system. We see champions using ways of thinking to move towards sustainability, and we want to capture those ways of thinking and translate it into curriculum and instruction and organizational practices that actually will give us a better chance of achieving our goals. Authentic learning is when students do real things in the community that contribute to sustainability and also contribute to their academic achievement. In one community that I work with, the students are the research arm for the Sustainable Community Initiative in that community. The students can do the systems modeling, they can do the research, they can do the testing, they can develop the survey protocols. The town wants to move towards sustainability, they need a lot of help. The kids have to do all of that for school anyway, so it's a win-win for both parties. That's the kind of thing kids are doing all over the country because they don't know it's impossible. We move school systems from operating as industrial factory models to learning organizations where they can sustain innovation over time. Everything we do meets all of the state standards, everything they are required to do, and also contributes to sustaining human life on the planet. Let's not to love about that. You have to start somewhere. If you start embedding education for sustainability into your curriculum and instruction, the kids will come alive. And if your kids come alive, they're going to be more engaged and they're going to be more successful.
You see the impact? We all are responsible for sustainability. It is from the smallest thing that we do, we must take responsibility. Yeah? Because, like I put it here on point forms, we have to give the children, but when we give, we are actually doing it for ourselves and our family and our future generations, right? We have to give them educational opportunities to empower them to contribute towards sustainable development. We must use arts and humanities, the subjects that we are teaching, we must get it tied with sustainability. We must use mass media like the TV, the radio, the popular stars, whoever that we can get to get involved. Because when they get involved, people will get involved. Do you agree? Hello? Yes. Okay, so when we do all of these things correctly, what happens is there will be, we can stop the depletion of resources. That means Mother Earth will start to breathe again. We will safeguard the ecological aspects of our generation. We will take care of our ozone layer, the water that we need, the air that we need to breathe, and most importantly, we ensure the quality of our life. Do you all have haze here in Alosta? You all are so lucky. We in KL, sometimes as much as 3 months or what, we have to wear masks because the air quality is so bad. You understand? So why must we have such bad air quality when we all can work together to bring back good air quality? We all want quality living, right? It's no use being rich and successful, but you go out there with masks and you need oxygen and all that. That's not quality life, correct? You must have quality life. So when they talk about ecological footprints, they are actually talking, have you heard of ecological footprints? No? So I'll share with you a short video. It will explain very easily what is ecological footprint.
Our human activities consume resources and produce waste, and nature needs to have the capacity to meet these demands. The ecological footprint is a way to measure our human demand on nature. Every one of us has an ecological footprint. The footprint represents the impact of a person, a household, a city, a business, or a country on nature. Things like food, energy, transportation, goods and services, all contribute to our ecological footprint. The footprint is expressed as the amount of land and water required to produce what we consume and to absorb the waste we generate. By measuring the ecological footprint, we can assess the pressure our lifestyle puts on the planet. This helps us to manage our ecological assets more wisely and to take personal and collective action.
So, why I'm showing you all these things? Because we have to be aware, because then only we can take actions. Do you all already take actions that when you all go to shops, do you all take your own bags along? Or do you all have in Alosta on Saturdays no paper bag days or something? You do? What day? Saturday? What? Friday? I can't hear you.
No day.
No day?
Yes.
Oh, so you all have to take personal responsibility. Whereas like in Selangor, we don't have paper bags on Saturday. So even if you go to Tesco and you buy for $1,000, they are not giving away, they give you one paper bag. You have to pay for 20 cents, I think, per paper bag. You know, and now from 1st of January, they cannot use styrofoam. When people buy food, you know, the white container is not allowed anymore in Selangor. So they have to use other forms of packing. So these are actions that you can take, right? What actions do you take? Have you done anything on your own personal capacity? No? Okay. In KL, they can take public transportation. So when you drive less, there's less carbon, right? And they can also use carpooling. So less cars on the road is better for our ozone layer, right? So this is what it means. The reason I showed you all this video is to create awareness. And when you are aware, automatically you will change your attitude. You won't change immediately, but you will take small baby steps, and eventually, you know, you also become responsible for the actions that you do. And when you do, your children see. When your children see, your children do, right? And in the office, when you do, your colleagues will see, and they will also follow. So you are the change that, you know, that people should see. By living this way, what you do, you not only care for yourself, you care for your children, and you care for your grandchildren and your great-grandchildren. But it starts now and it starts today. Do you agree? Because this planet is the only planet we have. Yes? I can't hear you all. You don't love the planet?
We love the planet.
Do you love the planet?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
You don't convince me. You're like, maybe. But we better love the planet. It's the only planet we have, right? Okay, so this is Alvin Toffler. Alvin Toffler said, in the 21st century, it's not about reading or writing. It's about learning, unlearning, and relearning, right? We have been brought up in such a way, in our brains, whatever we are doing is the right thing. But there's changes in everything, in the environment and everything. So unless we tell ourselves, doing this way is wrong and we change, things are not going to change, right? We must be willing to learn, unlearn, relearn. Every day. Do you all agree? Really? So for sustainability, what we have to do is look at new way of seeing and thinking, new goals for education, new look at development and learning, and new look at teaching. Because this is the way that we have to move forward, okay? And what United Nations did, have you seen this anywhere? These are the Sustainable Development Goals. They came up with 17 goals that they say no poverty, zero hunger, good health, quality education, gender equality, clean water, clean energy, reduce inequality, sustainable cities, climate action, and partnership goals, okay? But you know something? For all these 17 goals, all of you play an important role. Why? Because you're all educators. Are you all educators? Yes. And each one of these goals needs education. Do you agree? Yes. They need to know how to reduce poverty, or they need to know how to have good health. You have to show videos, you have to share knowledge before you can achieve all the 17 goals. Do you agree? when you build a just and sustainable and peaceful global society, then you have got nothing to worry. But to get there, it's a long journey. It's a journey full of education. Okay? So the main features for education for sustainable development is it is for everyone. There's no age, young ones and anyone, okay, whatever age. And it's formal, non-formal and informal education. Do you all agree? You watch TV, you get some message. You read newspapers, you go to school, you learn. So it can be in any form. And then it accommodates the evolving nature of sustainability. It addresses global issues but also from local. Okay? And it's not a single discipline. It can contribute only if you mix every action that you do relating to sustainability. Now, my topic today was creative learning for sustainability. I have told you about sustainability. You all know what sustainability now? You have an idea. It's about environment and how we are a very important part in that environment. Okay? Now, creativity is actually about using imagination or ideas to solve a problem. Okay? So we watch this first and then we continue.
ถ้าพูดถึงทีมฟุตบอลของเราคงต้องย้อนกลับไปที่วันแรกที่นี่ชาวบ้านชอบดูฟุตบอลกันมากแต่ไม่มีใครรู้แน่นอนก็อย่างที่เห็นเรากินนอนอยู่บนน้ำมาแต่ไหนแต่ไรแล้วเพราะที่นี่ไม่มีพื้นสักนิดกีฬาอย่างเดียวที่เล่นกันได้คือแข่งเรือไม่ก็โม้กันเรื่องปลาที่จับได้วันนั้นแหละความคิดเล็กๆก็เกิดขึ้นพวกเราตั้งทีมฟุตบอลขึ้นมาแต่ชาวบ้านไม่คิดว่าพวกเราบ้าที่อย่างที่แกพูดพวกเราไม่มีแม้แต่ที่ให้เล่นฟุตบอลปัญหาต่อมาก็คือเราจะเตะกันที่ไหนล่ะที่นี่มีแต่ถนนแคบๆและเราก็มีความคิดว่าเราต้องสร้างพื้นที่ของเราเองเรารวบรวมเศษไม้เก่าๆถูกเข้ากับแพปลาทำอย่างนี้ทุกวันหลังเลิกเรียนของเราขึ้นมามันโอเคแต่ไม่ว่าจะพูดเต็มไปหมดบนตกน้ำบ่อยมากเลยพวกเราด้วยแต่เราก็เลยรู้ในการเล่นบนสนามแบบนี้ก็นี่แหละสนามของเราสนามนี้จะเป็นแชมป์โลกเราก็ได้ไปสมัครการแข่งขันฟุตบอลไม่รู้ดิแล้วเราจะสู้กับเขาไหวเหรอแล้วเราก็ตัดสินใจลงแข่งถึงจะไม่มีชุดก็เถอะเราไม่รู้มาก่อนว่าจริงๆแล้วชาวบ้านก็สนใจเราเหมือนกันพวกเขาเอาชุดมาให้แถมตามไปเชียร์ด้วยตอนนั้นเราตื่นเต้นนะแต่พอเอาเข้าจริงเราทำได้ดีกว่าที่คาดไว้จังหวะเท้าของเราดีกว่าจากการเลี้ยงเราตะปูใหญ่กว่าตั้งเยอะแล้วเราก็เข้าถึงรอบ4 ทีมสุดท้าย ทำอะไรบางอย่างเราต้องกลับไปเล่นฟุตบอลแบบของเราด้วยการถอดรองเท้ามันเป็นฟุตบอลแบบที่เราถนัดจริงๆคู่แข่งสู้เราไม่ได้เราเล่นดีขึ้นทำได้ดีขึ้นเราตีเสมอได้เราคิดว่าเราจะชนะแต่พอลูกนั้นในนาทีสุดท้ายนั่นแหละเราไม่เสียใจหรอกดีใจสิอีกที่มาได้ไกลขนาดนี้แถมชาวบ้านทุกคนก็ภูมิใจด้วย หลังจากนั้นความคิดของคนทั้งเกาะก็เปลี่ยนไป วันนี้เรามีสนามใหม่ที่ไม่มีตะปูแล้ว แต่เราก็ยังไม่ได้เล่นบนสนามหญ้าอยู่ดี
แล้วเรื่องของคุณล่ะที่แอนดี้เชื่อว่าพลังในตัวคุณเปลี่ยน
What were the challenges they had? What was the first challenge they faced?
Space.
Huh?
Space.
No field.
No
Some more? What other challenges they faced?
No field.
Come, just shout it out.
No field.
Nobody wanted to believe them. You know, the old man, he was laughing, right? He really couldn't believe it. And then, some more? When they were playing the game, they were losing. But they still didn't give up, right? They took off the shoes and they felt that that's the way that they play best, and they still won. They didn't win champion, but after that, from 2004 to 2010, they were champions every year. Like in Bahasa, they said, di mana ada kemahuan, di situ ada. Yeah. At the end of the day, you must believe, you must be passionate. People can laugh, it doesn't matter. Sometimes you're doing things and even your family members and all, will be upset with you. But if you tell them, they will be the one who will be your strongest supporters. Do you agree? If you don't tell them, of course they have no knowledge of what you're doing, then they'll fight with you. But if you share with them what you're doing, they will help you, right? Initially they will say a few things, but they will join your club. They will be your biggest fan. Do you agree? So that was creativity. You saw how creative they were, right? And when they believe and they just go on and on, the whole kampung, the community believe in them, right? Okay. So this is Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela said, education is the most powerful weapon that you can use to change the world, right? But today, it's not only education, but creativity is an important part of education literacy. Because the generation today has multimedia, and you must use multimedia to your advantage. You agree? Like how I play video after lunch to make sure that you all stay awake. Okay? So remember, creativity is actually the capacity to see problems, right? It is about finding new original ways to solve them. It's about promoting new ideas. It's about finding new things and new ways to express yourself. That is creativity. And every one of us, we have creativity in us. We are born with creativity. It's just that we are just too lazy to use it. Right? If there's something broken or something in your house, you will attempt to repair it first, right? It's not that you have the knowledge of a plumber or an electrician, but still you'll be creative enough to do it. Am I right?
Yeah.
But why you don't use it all the time? You just use it at some time. Imagine if you use it all the time, where will you be? It's just because you're all too comfortable, right? Come on, tell the truth. So this is the component of creativity. It's talent, it's natural. God given everybody talent. It's personal, so it's characteristics. So it's motivation. When you're motivated, you're automatically creative. If you're not motivated, you're in your comfort zone. You also must use your experience and your education in your creativity. Okay? And that's how you can impact partly its environment, but in everything that you do in your life, it will play a big role. You have to be creative. And when you're creative, you are different from others. Alright? Okay. Now catalyst. You remember my topic? It's about creativity being the catalyst for sustainability. Now, the catalyst is something that is used as a platform or anything that will help you to bring about change. Okay? So, what I see as a catalyst for all of us who are in education is using the mobile device. Do you agree? Because this device is already in everybody's hands. Are you all with me?
Yeah.
And it's not just one. Some carry up to 3. Right?
Right.
How many of you got 2 telephones or mobile phones? 3. Anybody more than 3? You know, if you go to the universities, they told my husband that they have 2. One for girlfriend and one for mom. Can you imagine? So they use their money for that. And you know, even school children, when they get pocket money and all, they will keep the money for paying for data rather than eating food. Have you seen how things are changing? And what they want is also to be able to use multiple devices. That means like when you're in the office, maybe you use your desktop or what. But when you're traveling or outside, you prefer to use your mobile phone. Correct? So whatever you do, you must use it or you must make it available multiple devices. Alright? And also people are learning from their phones now. How many of you learn from your phones? Come on. Learning means not official learning. When you want to know something, you go to Google.
Yeah.
All of you go to Google, right? To learn. Right? And it's on your phone. And people also learn differently. Those days there's a process. You go through the process. But now, they learn whatever, whenever, wherever. Right? Does it apply to all of you? Yes. And you don't have one university or one school. Now the internet is filled with knowledge. Do you agree? So much. Too much. It's information overflow. So you must be able to choose the right kind of information, because some of the sites are not reliable, right? So you must use your logical thinking and take out what is good for you. And also, because everybody is busy, they prefer self-paced learning, right? So if finally in the night, 2 o'clock, you're free, you want to learn half an hour. Or tomorrow, you learn 10 minutes. So it's at your own pace. But what is most important, you are moving forward because you are learning. Is that right? Hello? I got no more videos, so please stay awake. And most important, everybody is an individual learner. They all have different learning styles, right? Besides all these demands, at the end of the day, they still want quality, they want speed and convenience, correct? That's also all your demands, right? Yes. But the wonderful thing about the mobile device or the computer, it is suitable for all ages. That means preschool or primary or secondary or university, or if you're a young adult, or you're also pursuing a degree or just self-learning. It's a platform for lifelong learning. Do you agree?
Yeah.
And not only lifelong learning, you can do academic learning, you can do lifestyle learning, you can go and pick up anything about wellness or yoga or language. At the end of the day, you can also go and pick up professional development, skills development, right? So it has all kinds of learning inside that, formal and informal. So what is mobile learning? Mobile learning means you can learn anywhere, anytime, on any device. Okay? So instead of people going for training, now if you have content, you can use it to send it to people. You can sit here, but you can teach people anywhere. Do you understand? So if you do physical training, you can use mobile learning as part of the curriculum to make it blended learning. Okay? So you will save costs, logistic costs and everything. And also you can track them when they are learning. So you can have better statistics and reports when you are doing it. But today with technology, okay, the way we engage students has changed. It's no more entertainment, right? You don't teach for entertainment anymore. You must engage your students. You must get them involved. Those days, you just talk and they listen. It's passive. Today, it's active. That means they can learn before coming to class and then participate in a conversation. And in this way, you engage them and they also are able to understand the topic better. Do you understand? And also it's long term, because when they learn this way, it will stick in the brain longer, right? And besides, in the old form of teaching, they don't get to do problem solving as much as they do it now, because now you give them to learn before they come, and when you engage with them, you actually get them to do problem solving. So you encourage critical thinking, right? And during this way of learning, it's not only you get critical thinking, you also encourage social learning and peer learning. Among everybody, they have to discuss, right? What is most important here, mobile learning and web learning is not expensive. It is very easy and low entry cost. It's fast implementation. You don't have to teach them how to use their devices, and you can roll out immediately globally. That means sitting there in Alusta, you can teach somebody in Vietnam or US or Europe or Australia or Kuala Lumpur, right?
Right.
Yes?
Yes.
Really?
Ready.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to share with you a case study, okay, about what we did. We have this initiative called My Mobile University. We started this in 2013 because we saw that there were so many problems in the world. There were a lot of people being retrenched, the cost of education was very high, and people who get sick and go on medical leave, and then after that when they come back, they are not taken back into the company, and they have to reskill themselves. So money and time was a very serious thing when it comes to learning. So since we started in 2004, and we see so many free things on the internet, quality free things, we said, why not we just put all into a platform and give it to the world as a CSR activity. So we did My Mobile University and we released it as a CSR project, Corporate Social Responsibility, right? It's a free learning platform. Now, inside here, it's like the Astro for learning. You just go and pick what channel you want and you can learn. You have videos, you have ebooks, you have courses. So it depends what is your learning style, you can go and learn. From early childhood to lifelong learning. Now, what happened was, when we just did this, we had people from all over the world who actually told us, you know, that you can put this content and that content, and now it's a full-fledged portal. We just started as a CSR page, but today it's a portal. It's used by people globally, like CSR India is our partner. How they use it is actually to women and girl child empowerment, because you know in India, women and girl child are actually, they don't have the opportunity for education like other people, like men and in other countries. So they use this platform to empower them. They also use this platform to teach about environment to young children. They use it for workplace education as well. In Uganda, why I'm showing you this is about creativity. You see, we just did a platform. We didn't go to India or Uganda. It's people there who wrote to us and told us what they are doing with this platform. So in Uganda, people don't complete primary school. I mean, they don't even go to like our level of standard 6. They drop out. 90% drop out from schools. And then when they become youth and they want to get jobs, it's very hard. So what these NGOs do, they go and teach them English, IT, you know, skills that will get them jobs. And they found that this platform actually had good quality content, and they use this platform to empower youth to become employable. Right? Creative, right? We didn't tell them, they did it. In Liberia, the Students' Union of the university uses this to help youth and women. Again, in the same way, because the Prime Minister there wants everybody to have access to education. So this youth wrote to us and he said that he wants a platform to help them. And then we work with Bhakti Mind, because you remember the SDG, the Sustainable Development Goals just now, 17 Sustainable Goals, right? One of them is equality, that means inclusiveness. It doesn't mean that if you are handicapped or disabled, you don't have access to education. With internet and web learning, anybody can have access to education. You don't have to rely for people to take you to school and everything. It's a challenge because they are having special needs. But with internet, you can equalize. You give them the opportunity. So Bhakti Mind actually introduces this platform to their members. And the lady that you see here, she actually learned how to do YouTube videos using this platform. That's a skill, right? Correct? Yeah. And this is another good story in Nepal. During the earthquake, so many schools were unsafe to go. You know, they cordoned off all the schools that was in that area. So families who had internet in their home actually used this, you know, and school children and teachers used to get together because that period they couldn't go to the schools. So they used this as activity-based learning. Good idea? Yes. And then we also work with the World Assembly of Youth globally for them to help youth to become more employable and upskill themselves so that they can move up in their career. We also work with Google for Education and Cherry Blair Foundation and UNICEF because they have their own community that they want to empower through education. Now, this is my latest project. It's in Toraja. Have you all heard of Toraja? It's a mountain area in Sulawesi, and the girls here didn't have access to learn English, but they all wanted to leave Toraja, go to Bali and work in 5-star hotels. Because Toraja is a farmer's farmer's place. It's famous for coffee and cocoa. But they didn't want to continue their life like that, you know. So they asked for English programs. They learned, and today they are in Bali working in 5-star hotels, right? So it's their dream. Okay. Am I taking too long? Okay. I knew when you came looking for me. Okay. So, but what I'm trying to tell you is, all these people, we never go to them, you know. I mean, we don't go there to teach. But because you leverage on technology, you can make things happen. So you can sit here, you can prepare content, but you can share. You can share using so many platforms. You can put a YouTube video, you can use Facebook to create awareness, and in this way you impact lives, right? All of you have talents, all of you have expertise, so you must share your knowledge, don't be selfish. Alright? Okay. Now, every year, like you remember I told you we started in 2004 and people didn't have the mindset and everything, so we used to do a conference like this, but ours was called the Asia Pacific Mobile Learning Conference, and now for the coming year, it's going to be held in India, in Chennai, and we are working with Prof. Roshan as well, and later maybe he will share the information through email, and you can have a discount. But if you are looking at going to find out more about global mobile computing, you're all welcome to come join us there.